Where are you guys from? Oh, okay, cool. Well, welcome to America. What part of California do they live in? What part of California do they live in? Bay Area. Cool. Is it your guys' first time on a helicopter? Yeah, cool. What's that? Oh, okay. We'll take it easy on her. We'll go nice and And how's everyone doing in the back? You guys hear me okay? Yeah. She already told me you're a little nervous, but we'll take it easy on you. You guys saw the safety video inside, right? Okay, good. Also, during the flight, there will be a few times where I got to talk to air traffic control and these other guys flying around near us. So if you hear me like pause in mid-sentence, so I get real quiet all of a sudden, don't worry, nothing's wrong. I'm just communicating. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And they ask us to give air traffic control our full attention around the airport. So first and last few minutes of the flight, I'll be with them. We also have Aloha bags, they call them air sickness bags, just in case. They're right in front of you guys in the back. They're right here in this pocket. Those pens and pads of paper you guys can use too if you want to pass notes or ask me something. But that's it. You guys ready to go? All right, cool. Let's get in the air. I'll be back with you on the radio in a minute. Until then, enjoy the takeoff. All right, how's everyone doing so far? Good. Well, we got nice weather for waterfalls today. We got a lot of waterfalls out on Molokai, huge waterfalls. So we'll get out to the other island as fast as we can, and we'll fly through a few little rain showers here and there. And that's somewhat common for this side of the island. We get a lot of rain over here on this side because the wind's going to hit this side of the island first too. So if the wind's bringing it, hitting this side, the rain will follow. So that's why they put the hotels on the other side of the island, more out of the wind and out of the rain that way. but more of a local population, if anything, on this side. But more of an interesting area to visit, like if you want to go hiking around through the rainforest or check out the waterfalls. You could take the Hana Highway, which goes out east Maui, or Highway 340. The Kahakili Highway takes you along this coastline. Alright, so now you can see a pretty rugged coastline out here. We got these big sea cliffs. If you ever take Highway 340, the King Kahakili Highway, it'll take you along some of these sea cliffs. There's a horseback riding ranch over here, the Mendez Horseback Riding Ranch too, that gives you like a hiking trail through some of the cliffs. You can take horseback riding. And then further down the coast, you have this real tall rock. It's called Kahakaloa Rock. It's a real famous landmark, this big rock up here, because of King Kahakili. He was the king that they named the highway after. He was a king that would supposedly jump off of that big rock into the water to try to prove he was invincible. And this king wanted to prove he was invincible because he wanted to take over more territories, like take over more land. And kings, if there was ever a war, they had to fight too. So if he couldn't be killed, they couldn't lose. That's how he got people to follow him into battle, by jumping off this big rock. And they took over Molokai, Lanai, and Oahu after that. They controlled the center of the island chain. A real famous king in Maui, Kahakili, the cliff diver. And up in front of us is another popular spot to check out. Like if you ever take this highway, there's Nakalele Point. There's underwater caves out here that get compressed with water pressure, like when the waves hit, and you'll get blowholes. So if you look off of our left side as we come around the corner, look real closely down the lava rock formations. Every once in a while, you'll see that water like shoot up into the air. And over here off our left side is Kapalua. You got the Kapalua Plantation Golf Course, and then a real famous surfing spot over here. They just finished a big surf competition. People will go surf out here, catch the right breaking waves. One of the top 5 waves in the world when it's breaking good. Alright, we're gonna leave Maui now. We'll go head on out to Molokai. We gotta cross the Pailolo Channel. There's about 10 miles of water between these two islands. And they call it the Pailolo Channel because usually it's really rough. It's like a wind tunnel effect between the islands. The wind accelerates, pushes up the waves, it makes for rough seas. But not today. Not today. It's not too bad actually. Fairly calm today. But the channel's got that reputation. That's why you're not going to see too many fishing boats out here. Paia means fisherman. Lolo means you're not very smart. It's channel the dumb fisherman because of the rough water. Scuba divers, though, they don't care. We'll see scuba divers take small boats across the channel anyways. And they'll go out to a Turtle Rock. Once we get closer to Molokai, you'll see there's a little rock island that's just in front of it. And it looks like a sea turtle from the distance, but they go scuba diving for hammerhead sharks in Molokai. A lot of hammerhead sharks in Molokai, and they'll swim with them. So if you're into scuba diving, you could look into that. We also have a really nice aquarium. You could see them all there with a thick window between you two. So either way, you're set if you want to see sharks in Hawaii. Those are white caps, they call them. So that's from the wind pushing the waves. There's not very much wind right now, but we got a few white caps, and the foam slides down the back of the wave. So in the direction the foam moves towards is where the wind's coming from. So we got like the wind coming from our right now, pushing the waves that way. As we come out of this, or out of this last little rain shower, you'll see off of our 1 o'clock position, Turtle Rock starting to come into view, and then everything left of that is all Molokai. And Molokai is a very different island than Maui. Like on Maui, we have lots of hotels and resorts, a lot of people, 150,000 residents, and really more visitors than residents, pretty much year-round. Back on Maui, on Molokai, they only have 7,000 residents. So big difference between the two islands. They call Molokai like old Hawaii because they have a lot of restrictions on the development of the land. They're trying to keep it locally owned is why. And this ranch is Murphy's Cattle Ranch that we're over. Big cattle ranch takes up the corner of the island. And this is like a dude ranch. They have cabins you could stay at. You can rent them out, and they'll teach you how to be a paniolo. It's a Hawaiian cowboy. You can ride horses, chase cows. A lot of paniolos in Hawaii. Alright, and up in front of us we got the world's tallest sea cliffs. The sea cliffs are going to start at about 500 feet tall and continue up to close to 3,000 feet tall. We got a lot of real big waterfalls just around the corner we'll go check out. So geologists think a big earthquake caused this. They think Molokai was hit by an earthquake like a million years ago, and that's why there's these big giant cliffs here on the North Shore. I think an earthquake just dropped a portion of the island off into the ocean. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. But whatever caused it, these are big cliffs. And that's Papalo'ula Falls up there in front of us, a 1,400 foot waterfall. So we'll come in here nice and slow, do a little turn by the shoreline so y'all can get like maybe a view of the whole thing, and then we'll come in for a close up in just a moment. Alright, and that last waterfall, we usually have water in it, but not like that, not that much. Started by a spring, and then with the extra rain that we're getting at the higher elevations especially, it's adding to it, giving us all these extra waterfalls. A good day to be out here on the North Shore of Molokai. And this next big valley we're going to see here in a second is called the Wailau Valley. There's several Hawaiian families that live in this next valley, living pretty much off the land, like there's no electricity or roads or anything. You'll see some hollies and some heiau as you look into the valley. A holly is like a home, a heiau is kind of like a hut, more like temporary use. And we'll turn around here and give you guys on the right a good view of those sea cliffs we just passed. And as far as the wildlife goes out here, we got mostly mountain goats. If you look real closely, you'll see them. This is why there's no trees in areas like this off our right side. There's some up there about our 1 o'clock position. They're black with white spots. Up here you'll see another little heiau with a blue tarp on it. This is for big wave surfers. Big wave surfers will get dropped off by helicopter or brought out by boat and catch giant waves that'll break on these points out here. That's when there's big storms up by like Alaska. But today a wave's not quite that big. They're like maybe 5 feet tall. That's all we got today. So that little heiau only gets used a couple times a year. If you look along these cliffs too, you'll notice all these horizontal lines, like there's all these layers of rock that make up these cliffs. Every one of those layers